It's great to see so many patriots in the room, and thank you very much for having me. Greatly appreciate Maureen and Jack for putting this together. And yeah, so I thought I would talk a little bit today. Can you hear me okay? Maybe it's the way the angle here.
Yeah, just louder.
Okay, there we go. It's the angle a little bit here, my laptop. All right. So yeah, Brandon Rhymes here. I came all the way down from Pinellas County today. And we're happy to be here, and with what we see going on in the world, I'm considering a run for either state house rep or county commission, and so I've kind of put myself in that position where I see what's going on, and just like so many people, we're kind of fed up with this, what's happening out there. Just it seems like things have just kind of turned upside down, and I hear a lot of people saying, well, what are you going to do about it, right? So that's where I think I have the platform, I have the resources and the electability, and I feel like there's something there. So we'll see where that goes. I haven't completely decided exactly where and when, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So today I wanted to share a little bit about myself, my background as a radio and TV show host, and then also I wanted to share some negotiation strategies. Okay, so who here has ever been in negotiations? Right? We've all been in negotiations almost every day, right? So you have negotiations in a lot of different parts of your life. And today, it occurred to me the other day, I was at the Pinellas GOP meeting, and one of the gentlemen I was speaking to said, hey, we really got to figure out a way, instead of butting heads with the opposing viewpoints and the Democrats and the other people across the aisle, let's figure out a way that we can try to at least convince and sway those independents, those centrist people to our side, right? So what I thought I would do is share some of the strategies that I employ in my business, in my life, and it's coming from a really good source. So the gentleman I'll be talking about, a lot of these aren't my ideas. I'll be the first to tell you, right? These are ideas that came from a gentleman named Chris Voss. He wrote a book called Never Split the Difference, Negotiating as if your life depended on it. And I've read that book probably 25, 30 times. And I say read, I love the audio books. Some people like to read, I like the audio book. So, because I'm on the go and I can do other things while I'm listening to books, right? So he's a former FBI hostage negotiator, and he gives some of his proven strategies from the FBI. These are real life situations in how you can use the verbal, it's a game, right? If you think of it as a game, it's the game beneath the actual words and presenting behaviors to help you move your counterpart, okay, not adversary. We don't want to think of them as an adversary, right? We want to think about them as a counterpart. So I'll jump right into the slideshow here, and we'll kind of get started there. So as you know, I have my own show. It's the syndicated radio and TV show. I've been on air almost 8 years now, and we record right at Salem Media Group up in right there in Tampa. And by the way, tomorrow morning I've got my alarm set, 5:30. I'm waking up and I'm going to be on Captain Matt Bruce's show. So you guys know Captain Matt. Every Wednesday I have a cameo appearance on his show, so I'll be on Captain Matt Bruce's show early in the morning. But yeah, we love what we've done is we've created a unique model. It's really as a way for my radio and TV show or for my real estate business to get exposure for our real estate listings and our team. But also it's a unique way, of course, today, a lot of our marketing is done on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, all these internet sites, and you're creating content, right? So that's what I do every day. I create a daily show. I record my show on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then I put out a ton of content. So we're on 860 The Answer at 4 o'clock drive time. So weekdays, 4 o'clock, you can hear our show. And then on the weekends, we're on 102.5 The Bone. And then we syndicate all of our content out to Apple, Amazon, Roku, and about 85 other outlets. So we're seen and heard worldwide. So we have a lot of fun with that. I was also on a TV show called The American Dream television show. It was on broadcast television on the CW and CBS and some other stations. So this is, I kind of already talked about this, so my why, right? I'm considering a run, and I'm going to get involved. And I'm going to be speaking at more events like this, Pinellas County, Hillsborough, Pasco, wherever they'll have me. I'm going to get out and have my voice heard, and we're going to start, getting into the fight. That's the deal. And the reason why is here. This was me on October 12th last year, 7 months ago. 7.5 months ago, roughly. I had a double bypass heart surgery, and you look at me and yeah, I'm in my early 40s, okay? So this right here is a game changer for me, and it turned into a situation where I see my daughter, I see all of our children growing up in a world that we don't recognize anymore, you know, potentially. Okay, so what can we do about it? We've already talked about my background. I'm going to go through this kind of quickly. We played against Tampa Catholic State semifinals. That's at USF. I played on the inaugural football team for the South Florida Bulls right up here in Tampa. So that 96 team, remember that back in the day? Thank you. We had the opportunity to bring on local celebrities, politicians, folks, you know, across the full spectrum. We bring on attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors. But we back the blue. You know, we love our law enforcement. I'm from a small town called LaBelle, which is just east of Fort Myers. So if you know Hendry County down there after Captain Hendry, so that's where I'm from. And my cousin's actually a sheriff down in Hendry County. So we definitely respect law enforcement and all that they do for us. And it was a pleasure having Chad Chronister on our show. We're also on iHeartRadio app. 1025 The Bone. We mentioned Tony Robbins, one of my favorite mentors. Who's heard of Tony Robbins? I'm just curious. A lot of people, right? So he's such a guru, and he really teaches it's common sense life lessons on how you can live a better life. But the number one model thing that he talks about, or at least that I took away, is modeling. Right, so if we can model an expert, if we can model somebody, we can have the same results. We can expect the same results, and we can condense decades of hard work from somebody into days, right? If we take their knowledge and put it into days. So that's one of my main takeaways. I love public speaking. I love being at events like this. I was the MC for the Wine, Women, and Shoes event for the Children's Cancer Center, and we raised $150,000 that night for Children's Cancer Center in Tampa. So I enjoy doing that. Warwick Dunn, one of the former Buccaneer football players, and it's Florida State guy, that's right. And so it's great to have him on the show and folks like that. And his story is just ultimate, overcoming adversity. That's what I love about that guy. Of course, we had former Mayor Buckhorn on. We had Castor. We've had Kreisman on the show. I was selected as Athlete of the Decade for the 90s for the Fort Myers News Press. Pretty cool story that came out. And, kind of about our show, or our team that went to the state championship game that year. And it's pretty neat to have, your number one idol as far as business coaches. His son, Jarek Robbins, was on my show as well. And it's really neat to have him on. And he talks about learning it, living it, and giving it. Grant Cardone is another big-time marketer that we've had on the show. Getting viral with social media is key as well. My book, I've got a few copies of the book over there as well. So this was fun for me as well. Writing a book is a good way for a business person to grow their sphere of influence and get their message out. It's great when I meet with my clients and I'm listing their properties for sale, whether it's a residential, commercial, or vacant land. It proves that I have the knowledge, and I hand it to them and they can read it and kind of absorb the information as well. So that's been a fun thing for me. I've written 3 books so far. My 3rd book is almost out, called Quarterbacking Success. So I'm excited about that coming out in the next probably about 3 to 6 weeks. All right, so you guys remember Ken Shamrock? You remember the fighter? Do you watch UFC fighting? Anybody remember Ken? So he was a business partner of mine, and it's just fun to have these pictures in my slideshow. Ken Shamrock here. He was known as the world's most dangerous man. Florida Realtors, I'm on the Florida Realtor websites. Wanted to take 5 videos talking about the radio and TV show model that we've utilized for our business.